72% of would-be homebuyers are making this mistake right now in this housing market. We'll cover it today on Frequently Asked Friday. What is going on, party people? In this video today, I'm going to cover a mistake that 72% of would-be homebuyers are making in this housing market right now. Let's jump right into it. So recently, Bright MLS, which is one of the largest MLS systems in the United States, they actually run the Metro DC, Maryland, DC, Virginia, that stuff way up 95. They run their MLS and other MLSs in major metros. They recently did a study of buyers that pulled themselves out of the home search to basically pause their home search and asked them, why did you pause your home search? And 72.1% of them said their main reason was interest rates. And personally, I think they're making a mistake. So why do I think this? So right now in Metro Richmond, at the time of this recording, we have 0.7 months supply of inventory. So we are very much in an extreme seller's market in our local market. On top of that, even with 7 to 8% interest rates, which we saw this past year in 2023, in the month of December, the median sales price ended at $367,000, which was 11.2% over what the median sales price was in December of 22. So we saw 11% year-over-year price appreciation just this past month. So we've got a very tight market. We've got very much a seller's market. And even with the higher interest rates, we've got prices appreciating. So my question to you is the educated, thoughtful, reasonable, discerning would-be homebuyer that's watching this, if we are projected to see interest rates go down and interest rates go down, what do you think that's going to do to buyer demand? Do you think it's going to go up or do you think it's going to go down? And if buyer demand goes up, which I hope that was the answer that you came to, what do we think that's going to do to pricing? Do we think that's going to cause prices to go up or prices to go down? Now, with interest rate dropping, we are projected to see some more supply come into the market with sellers that are reluctant to put their homes on the market at these interest rates. So we do project that we're going to see some sellers coming on the market and see some more inventory, but no one is predicting that we're going to see enough inventory to kind of quench the demand of the buyer population that is out there and that is projected to rejoin or join their home search once interest rates come down. And I'll also pose the question that if and when interest rates come down, if prices have shot up, how much has that really helped you with regard to your monthly mortgage payment? Now, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer. I am not telling you to go buy a house that you can't afford or to buy a house that you currently can't afford, but you can afford if interest rates drop. We're not talking about doing anything reckless here. But in talking about this subject, I am reminded of the old adage that's usually talked about with the stock market, but that the way you build wealth in the stock market, it's the same way you build wealth in the housing market. It's time in the market versus timing the market, meaning that you don't get rich, you don't get wealthy having perfect timing. You get rich, you get wealthy simply being in the market for a long amount of time, buying and holding, essentially. And if you look at the graphic on the screen, this is the 50-year median home price graphic provided by the Federal Reserve, and you will see interest rates fluctuate up and down over the course of time. You could talk to anybody that lived through the 80s and saw, 15, 16, 20% interest rates. But if you look at that price appreciation graphic, you will see that home prices have more or less appreciated for the last 50 years. And if you look closely, you're going to be hard to find outside of the Great Recession, which is once in a 100-year event. You're going to be hard pressed to find a 5-year time period where home prices didn't appreciate over a 5-year period. So my friends, if it makes sense for you, buy. Plan to hold it for at least 5 years. That's my 2 cents. Hope you found that insightful. Look forward to seeing you next week.